Welcome to the world of Asoka, the Mystery Bar. I'm Ashvik. Have you guys ever been curious about wanting to know your future soulmate? There is a ritual or play that can do something like that. But how's the result going to be like as hoped? Let's listen to Bloodymary and enjoy. The story begins with 3 students who are friends sneaking into the school toilet at night in order to summon the spirit of Bloody Mary.
Are we really going to actually do it?
Mari asked her friends. But her friends really do try to convince Mari. Anne said, "This ritual will help us discover our future soulmate." James doesn't really take it seriously at all because he thinks that doing this ritual is merely for fun, in his opinion. They just light candles and stand in front of a large mirror in the school toilet. Then they start to chant, "Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary," 3 times as the rumor goes, as they say. After they had waited without any expectations, they were about to go back. Suddenly, Mari saw an image of a young woman covered in blood, wearing an ancient dress with a frightening appearance, then thrust past the mirror to attack her friend. Mari was startled and screamed out loud. But when she turned to look at her friends outside the mirror, she saw that everyone was still fine, despite the fact that they seemed to be quite frightened as well. The 3 of them immediately understood the situation and quickly skedaddled away without a second thought for their lives. However, whenever they glanced at the mirror along the way, they still saw the horrifyingly vivid image of the same frighteningly eerie young woman haunting them closely in their minds. After that, they quickly and without delay hurried back to their homes and tried to force themselves to sleep. After several days, the 3 of them continued to face the same fate. Every time they looked in the mirror, they still saw Bloody Mary haunting them, assaulting their important people, including friends, parents, and even strangers they encountered, such as acquaintances, colleagues, and other people they happened to meet in various situations. This situation forced them to try to avoid the mirrors as much as possible. They couldn't even get enough sleep, and they were constantly tired. So their health gradually began to slightly deteriorate. One day, Mari and James realized that their friend Anne hadn't come to school. However, the 2 of them were not very surprised as they knew their own condition. So, they arranged to visit her that evening after school. When they went to visit Anne at her house, they encountered a strange atmosphere. Like Anne was staring intently at the mirror in her room, perhaps lost in thought. Instead of trying to avoid it, she looked indeed extremely unwell, with tears streaming down her face. After noticing her 2 friends who were standing nearby, Anne turned to them and smiled through her tears and said,
"That ghost is hurting you guys again. I can't take it anymore. Please stop it, please."
After that, she pulled out her own eyes. James and Mari were both absolutely horrified. They screamed, which brought Anne's parents running upstairs, and they hurriedly ran away in shock, unsure of what to do. James and Mari were both almost nearly out of energy, but suddenly James seemed to have an idea.
All of these crazy consequences happened because of the stupid ritual we did in the bathroom, didn't it? Why don't we break that mirror to break the curse?
Mari undoubtedly agreed with James because she could not think of another way out. That night, 2 of them quietly went back into the bathroom with the same mirror. When they glanced into the mirror, the same woman suddenly appeared, threatening them. James took a deep breath and threw the stone in his hand at the mirror until it shattered. The woman in the mirror screamed in pain, which was clearly visible. They both felt confident in this method, so they continued to break the mirror. The screams of Bloody Mary echoed all around them. Once the mirror was completely crumbled, the wailing of the evil spirit gradually faded away. All was peaceful. Mari took out her pocket mirror to check if Bloody Mary was gone. James was a bit surprised by what Mari had done. She noticed that the image in the mirror displayed a normal reflection. There were only their faces reflected in the mirror. "Is it over now?" James asked. Both of them started hugging each other with happiness while crying, smiling, and laughing with joy. Mari thought that everything had come to an end, so she could live happily with her friends as before. Although something bad had happened to Anne, life would have to go on. They will try their best to take care of Anne. Suddenly, when Mari turned to look at the mirror they had shattered, she found out it was still on the wall without any damage. What is happening? She was shocked, and then Bloody Mary appeared in the mirror with a grinning smile at her. Those memories from the mirror seemed to be back once again. Mari and James were back in Anne's room just like that evening. Once again, they found themselves there and saw their friend pulling out her eyes with intense suffering again. Was it all just a hallucination in the mirror that Bloody Mary was showing them? What a terrifying joke. While Mari was shuddering, she saw James desperately trying to pull out his eyes as well. That was terrifying. He can't handle this anymore. Then she realized that she would never be able to escape the curse of Bloody Mary. This is such a dangerous play, isn't it? How was the overall experience and taste of this drink? So if you guys like it, please subscribe to our bar's channel or share our story with others to give them an opportunity to visit our bar. We greatly appreciate it. However, for tonight, I hope you guys have a safe trip and see you soon.
Would it hurt if I fell like this? Maybe not enough, so I'll try harder.